CG, I'm Madison.
And I am Nick.
And this is your weekly broadcast for Friday, November 14th.
This week on CGTV, we will take a look back at the first summit of RSVP, highlight an elective class you might want to consider adding to your schedule, and preview the upcoming girls swimming season and wrestling seasons. But first, Lacey Seidowitz and Allie Cole take a look back at Veterans Day that was celebrated across the country and here at CG on Tuesday.
Veterans Day means to me just taking time to think about all the soldiers overseas fighting for us. We should take the time to honor Veterans Day because what they're doing over there gives us the freedom to be who we want, do whatever we want here. So that's why we should take the time to honor them.
We respect veterans because they fought for our freedom.
I respect veterans because they let us do what we do every day in our lives.
Thank today's great veterans. I've seen the evils of the world, as you'll see in the bulletin. I'm an intelligence officer. It is my job to drive analysts to track today's terrorist organizations such as Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, ISIS, Boko Haram, all the evils of the world. I've seen the worst of it. And while deployed to these distant lands, in the middle of nowhere, with bare minimum to live on, in austere conditions, the thing that drove us veterans and current service members was the fact that we had you guys here, fellow Americans, standing behind us knowing that we were fighting for a cause and fighting for a reason.
I have thought about going into one of the branches of either the military or any of the armed forces. Veterans Day is important to me because not only have I seen family members and friends that have been veterans and have done things for their country, but it's also that they're giving up their life and their time with their family, and they're sacrificing everything for us so we can do what we want to do in life.
Because in the past I was active duty, so I'm really enjoying my first Veterans Day, and I'm happy to be here to speak with you.
But there are nearly 22 million veterans living in the United States, and as of September of this year, over 476,000 of them living here in Indiana, and almost 2/3 of those veterans served during wartime. That means over 10% of Indiana's adult population are veterans.
We are here today at the Mount Pleasant Cemetery, just off of Morgantown Road, north of the school, and we're here to complete the final act of our Veterans Day celebration. We will do this every year after this, at the completion of the Veterans Day program. We're going to place a wreath on the grave of a Center Grove graduate who lost his life in combat, serving his country. Mr. Frank will tell you a little bit about this soldier.
Many of you at school know Mullenix Road, and this is the Mullenix family, and they go back a long way in White River Township before the Civil War. And we're in the family plot here. His parents, his brothers and sisters. He was one of 8 children, and he went into the military, as we'll hear, at before World War I. And after he died, he was buried in France, and his body was there for 3 years, and then his body was exhumed and brought back here, and the family had a funeral when he was buried here at Mount Pleasant Cemetery.
He was in the United States Army from 1915 to 1918. He was killed in action on October 9th, 1918 in the Argonne Forest in France. He was a Center Grove school student, and this wreath that we're going to be putting on his grave is presented by the grateful students, faculty, and staff of Center Grove High School as a token of thanks for all the service of all the members of the United States Armed Forces.
Thanks, ladies. Now, Tony Robinson takes a look back on the RSVP's first summit and the next steps in the process.
Why did you want to be the co-chair of RSVP?
I want to be the co-chair of RSVP because it makes a big impact in school, and you can take everyone's ideas and make sure everyone is heard.
What goes on behind the scenes of RSVP?
What goes on is we have to compile a list of all the facilitators. We need student facilitators and subs, and we have to make sure that we have enough people to cover all the stars that we have. And then we have to train all the facilitators and subs to make sure they're ready to go out into the stars and talk to the stars and get their ideas. And then we have to take all those ideas and look through them individually and compile another list of people from leadership team, which takes a variety of people from all different areas of the school. And then we go to the administration and implement those ideas.
What do you do now that the first summit is done?
Now we take all of the ideas that we got and we go through them and pick the most prominent ideas, and we get a leadership team together and discuss with them to see how we can change the school.
Why do you like being an RSVP facilitator?
I like to feel like I make a difference around the school and learn what people don't like about the school and try to change it.
What is the hardest part about being a facilitator?
Sometimes classes don't know who I am, so they don't really want to talk, and the icebreaker doesn't work as well as we hope it will, so they don't have ideas right away, but eventually we can talk to them and they give us some ideas.
What is the hardest part about being a facilitator?
The hardest part is that there are just too many good ideas to choose from.
What does being a facilitator mean to you?
Being a facilitator actually means the world to me. It's just, I couldn't think of a better calling.
What happens now that the first summit is done?
Now that the first summit is, now that the first summit's over, the committee co-chairs are gonna talk with the administration and try to figure out some ideas to bring back to the students to see how we can change some of the most asked about or the most seen problems.
Thanks, Tony. Scheduling for next year is already in full swing for freshmen and sophomores. Juniors will begin scheduling once we return from Christmas break. Lauren Raker goes inside the CGpublications to show you why this is a class you'll want to consider adding to your schedule.
Publications is a class that combines yearbook, newsmag, and CGTV. And every day we film announcements, so CGTV, and that gets shown in 5th and 10th period every day. And then if you're not part of CGTV and you're not working on a feature, you're either writing stories for the yearbook or writing stories for the newsmag.
I like being in publications because I like to work with Warden and Tedro. They're really understanding of your outside schedules, and they like to incorporate that into all the materials that you're working on at the time.
So we have journalism conventions every year, and I won an honorable mention last year, and it's really nice to put it on your application for colleges, so definitely join publications.
We have the opportunity to cover and publish information about the athletes here, and I like it because it gives me an opportunity to make friends with people that I normally wouldn't talk to.
Hubs is great because it's actually really laid back for our class, and you help to get to make the yearbook and the news magazine, which not only the whole school sees, but like a big part of the community too.
I like publications because I can choose what I want to do, and there's a variety of options, and I get points for tweeting the football game, which I'm going to go to anyways.
I think it's a really rewarding thing to do. We work all year long on the yearbook, and then it comes out at the end of the year, and everyone's excited to see it, and it's just really cool to know that all you've been working for paid off.
It's really nice that you can do lots of different things. You can help with the news mag, the yearbook, like all of them anybody can work on.
So right now I'm making a spread for the boys tennis team.
We're working on a yearbook spread, and it's over Day of Caring and Senior Seminar.
So I'm just working on popping in modules on a page. I'm designing it and getting ready to add in a fall break story.
There's always something you can do that you love, and you get points for it as you get credit for something that would possibly be a club at another school.
If you're artistic, if you have no idea what the heck you're doing, if you're a good writer, if you're a good video producer, really, if there's anything that you can do, there's probably something that you can do for publications.
Thank you, guys. The wrestling team also begins their season soon. Connor Noble and Will Boston preview the upcoming season.
Coach Hoover, head coach of the wrestling team here at Center Grove. Just started practice this week and excited for another year. Very high expectations with this group. We return a great deal of experience, quite a few starters from last year. Wrestling is a fantastic sport for a lot of reasons. It's just a unique challenge, the one-on-one competition where you're out there by yourself and have to take care of everything on your own. It's very humbling. As far as when you're successful and you win, there's no greater feeling in any sports that I participated in, and it's very humbling when you lose. And so just a tremendous challenge. It challenges you every day and provides a lot of great life experiences and just a lot of good values. Those of you, we'd love to have you come out to our home meets this year. If you've never been to a wrestling match, need to look for some fast-paced action. Our program, we really like to have our guys being aggressive from our feet and taking people down and then trying to work hard and get the fall. The ultimate goal in the sport is to pin your opponent. It's what earns you the most team points. And so that's really what we're looking for. We want to be an exciting, fast-paced, dominant team that people want to love to come watch.
Hey guys, I'm Trevor Johnson. I wrestle. I'm a senior this year. So I've been wrestling for about 4 years. I started when I was a freshman, and it's really helped me out, through the brotherhood of the sport.
Hi, I'm Ricky Kovacs. I've been wrestling for about 5 years. Wrestling has taught me discipline and helped me get into college.
Hey, I'm Alex Jackson in 9th grade, a freshman. Wrestling has really helped me with the other guys because I really came in feeling like a weak guy and everyone just picks me up and introduces themselves to me. So yeah, wrestling is a really great sport to start off with because you meet new people, coaches usually are really supportive, look out for you, look for your grades, and it really builds you up physically.
I'm Logan Coyle. I'm a new student at Center Grove. Wrestling helps me meet new people.
Our goals for the year, every individual on our team goal is to win a state championship.
My goals for this season are to win state.
This year my goals are I want to win state champion. My goals as a team is I want our team to win state champion too.
And my goal is to be a state champ.
Connor and Will. Make sure you head out tonight to Ben Davis to support the football team in the semi-state championship game beginning at 7 p.m. The berth in the state finals is on the line. That's all we have for you today, CG. Bye!